What's up, you guys? It's Julian, and today I'm going to be making a video. A lot of you have requested, a lot of you wanted to know how to make the rave loops that I use in these hard house tracks and that the guys like Sam Alfred and Kyle Starkey are using. So today I'm going to be showing you from scratch everything you need to know to make them. To go along with this video, I just dropped a pack called Hard House Raveloops Volume 1. You can hear it's 25 super solid rave loops, all at 145 BPM, ready to go at any BPM though, in any DAW, and you can use these to build really awesome hard house tracks. You could also use them for hard groove and, different types of techno as well. It's not just for hard house, but it works really well in hard house. Links at the top of the description. It's on sale for a limited time only. Thanks for the support, guys, and let's get started. Alright, so we're at 145 BPM, and the rave loop is essentially a lot of I call it sort of like audio animation, right? Like it's like these almost like overly right, just super colorful, super bright sounding, just in your face loops. And it can be a little bit confusing. So basically where I like to start with these is just with like a really simple, just, a hi-hat. Alright, so that's like a very basic level where you can start, right? We have like a hi-hat, and then we have, it's not like a big 909 hi-hat, it's not super in your face, it's just a little Then we have a little bit of some drum rack percussion. Now this percussion is going through a little bit of effects. I've got a chorus, which has a really high feedback, and you don't hear it as much, but it is very much there. And then you put on this overdrive, and you start to hear the LFO on the chorus moving around, right? Because of that high feedback, it gets the metallic thing. And what this gives you is now you have something kind of like changing and morphing over time. Alright, so that's to start with. You already have a lot of motion, but obviously you need something that's a bit more loopy and a bit more like So then we got these roll loops. Now what this is essentially like these, kind of like house drums, but sped up a lot and then high passed. And then when you speed up the house drums and you combine it with like a, punchy hi-hat, and a little bit of percussion there, you can see you start to get that audio animation, right? You start to really get just a lot of, it's very layered and detailed. So then we bring in even more loops. These ones here, I wrote down as rave loops here. Actually, I just changed the name. But really, again, it's just more sped up house drums with high pass filters. That's literally it. And in this case, for example, you can see it's literally just this it's not even a full bar how long the actual loop is, right? So then you put all that together. And there we go. And yeah, so the rave loops, a lot of people might kind of want it to be this chopped up, very a million layers thing. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, it's sped up house drums with a bit of percussion over top of it, right? It's like the answer, I'm sure someone's going to comment, how do you make rave loops put together other loops? Yeah, that is that sound. That's what that is. These guys take house drums, whether they're sampled from old house tracks or whether it's just taking a sample pack loop or whatever it may be, however you get them, it does not matter at all. And it's essentially just putting a lot of that together. It is just a lot of loops together with a bit of programmed percussion. I think without these two, you're going to be pretty lost. But at the end of the day, it really is just these sped up house loops. And then again, taking very short loops. You could even do a quarter note. Right, it's just really getting that loopy feel, and then again the layering of them. The other thing is, it's not just the layering; it's also the processing. I think saturation is very important for these. So here's with no processing. See, it sounds a bit too sterile, and then you put on the saturation, And there you go. You actually have something that's like one kind of breathing thing, because saturation always glues stuff together, right? So again, it is using house loops and it is using loops, but there's a certain thing to it where it's not just going to be like just dropping them in, right? Like you really need to know how to use saturation to glue stuff. And that's why I really like this Ableton saturator. I find with this medium curve here, first of all, just that on its own does a lot of gluing, but then you bring the drive up a little bit and you play with this bass frequency. Right, you can really shape the gluing. So we got it right there, and then I've got a little bit of a high-end boost, nothing too crazy. Then this on its own is not quite enough. We need one more sort of like roll. So I just have this very much in the high end. So it's like a house loop. Sped up, pitched up as well, right? Because I've got this on the repitch mode. So you are getting, anytime you speed that up, it's going to go higher. And then huge low end cut, and then boost the highs. And there you go. That's how you make the rave loops. You're essentially cutting up other loops and putting them together, and then putting in a bit of program percussion to just really make it hit at the end, and then just knowing how to glue it all together with saturation. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like this video as well as subscribe, and let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get this Hard House Rave Loops Volume 1. 25 super powerful loops I created just for you guys. It's available at the top of the description for a limited time only, so make sure to grab that while it's available. Thanks for the support, everybody. I really don't make a whole lot of YouTube ads and stuff like that, but these sample packs help keep me going so I can keep bringing you guys new videos every day. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.